Well, hello everyone and welcome back to another theme park obsession video. My name is Dylan and thank you so much for tuning back into the channel. Today I'm hanging out at Disneyland because I wanted to talk about the future of Tomorrowland, because today, the time of filming this, Tokyo Disneyland announced a major renovation coming to their Tomorrowland. So I'm begging the question, will they do something to our Tomorrowland since it's so outdated? We're gonna talk about all that and more in today's video. So how about you and I dive right in. Made it inside the park, but let's head over to Tomorrowland because yeah, that's where all the action is going to be happening in today's video. Every time I see this clock, I think, you know, I got to do the mountain challenge again soon. So hopefully one of these days we'll revisit the mountain challenge and see if I can do it under like 50 or 40 minutes. That would be awesome. Because the challenge is you have to do all the mountains in the park in under an hour. Yeah, I did the challenge in exactly an hour. So yeah, I want to revisit it and try it again. And we've made it over to the entrance of Tomorrowland, the Astro Orbiter, as its beacon. Oh, there it goes. People are on their space flight right now. Yeah, you actually do go to outer space, if you weren't sure. Yeah, this morning, Tokyo Disneyland and the Oriental Land Company made a very big announcement, and that is that their Tomorrowland is going to be receiving a major renovation. And no, it's not going to look like this. It's going to look very different. The concept art that they showed us was of the Space Mountain building, an attraction, and of course the surrounding area. And in that piece of concept art, the big focal point is the new look of the Space Mountain attraction building. A huge departure from the classic look that we have here at Disneyland and honestly around the world. I can see that the Imagineers had a lot of fun with the design. I also see some design elements from the Tron structure as well. The old Space Mountain at Tokyo Disney will be demolished and rebuilt as a new Space Mountain. Again, they were going to redo the building as well, and that will open up in 2027. So for those heading out to Tokyo, you have one last chance to ride Space Mountain in 2024 because that's when it will close for a 3-year-long renovation. Now the attraction is going to be all new. Now we don't know what is in store for the new Space Mountain, but it's very exciting nonetheless because they did reveal they're going to be adding a bunch of new effects to the attraction. And of course, with that rebuild, there could be an all-new layout to the ride as well. So very exciting things happening at Tokyo Disneyland. And that exterior look of Space Mountain is so otherworldly. It looks very, very cool and fits perfectly in the new Tomorrowland aesthetic. In addition to the attraction overhaul, there's also going to be a new Tomorrowland Plaza right outside of Space Mountain and throughout the rest of Tomorrowland, a major retheme. And with Tomorrowland's new theme out there, Disney is envisioning a future where humans and nature are in harmony together, and that's the aesthetic that they're building in the new Tomorrowland at Tokyo Disneyland. And in that piece of concept art provided, you can see that nature aesthetic throughout that new look of Tomorrowland with the gardens and the fountains and that Space Mountain architecture bleeding into the rest of that area in Tomorrowland. Also looks like an interactive water play area in the corner there. Some very, very pretty colors going on with this new Tomorrowland aesthetic, and I actually am very, very excited for this. It is such a night and day difference to the old Space Mountain look and of course the old Tomorrowland look, and I cannot wait to see that finished product. There's going to be a hot minute though. Yeah, 2027 is when everything is going to be revealed, so we have about 5 years. But that begs the question, what will happen to our Tomorrowland then? Because clearly Disney is looking at switching things up in existing lands. Because let's face it, our Tomorrowland needs some work. There's so many things that are just sitting stagnant that haven't really been touched in years. Star Wars Launch Bay is one of them. And some attractions here in Tomorrowland, quite honestly, should move out to make room for something new. Autopia, for example, takes up so much room here in Tomorrowland. And you know what, I think there could be a new attraction here that is just as efficient and just as fun for the entire family. Now we have to remember that the Oriental Land Company has a very strong grip on those parks out there, and they're the ones that pretty much fund everything. All they're essentially doing is contracting the Imagineers to work on the projects in those parks. Everything else that is budgeted and funded is all done by the Oriental Land Company. And boy, do I wish that same level of drive and money can go into the US parks. If you guys have never seen Tokyo Disney Sea, definitely look it up on Google and just look at the big differences and the parks out there. I mean, they are incredible. That's not to say our parks are not incredible either, but as far as when it comes to budgeting, yeah, there's a clear difference. There could be a possibility of a big announcement at D23 of a Tomorrowland renovation here in California, but I don't know. It's all up in the air. We have no idea what they're going to announce at D23, but I'm keeping my fingers crossed that this particular project is one of them, because I feel like a lot of people want the Tomorrowland renovation to happen here. To be completely honest, I'm actually surprised that they announced the Toontown renovation before they announced anything over here. Yeah, I genuinely thought that Tomorrowland was going to be the first thing announced as far as the renovation is concerned here at Disneyland. I was not expecting Toontown. That kind of came out of nowhere. And honestly, I think that aesthetic that they're doing at Tokyo Disneyland would fit really well here in California as well, with the nature aspect of the future. It can redo all of these buildings, because again, a lot of this stuff here has been sitting here for quite some time, or they're just attraction spots that are not utilized. They're just sitting and waiting. For example, the People Mover tracks have been sitting here for years. Now, they can't put anything on these tracks because they're structurally not ready for that. And really, the People Mover tracks are the biggest pain in the rear for Tomorrowland here in California, because you have to remember the People Mover tracks are in every single bit of foundation in every major attraction, even Space Mountain and Innoventions, well, the former Innoventions building. That kind of renovation would take years, very similar to the Tokyo Disneyland one. I mean, yeah, 5 years in the making just for that one section of the park. But here, I feel like it would even take longer just because of all the work they need to do in order to get things back up to speed, because yeah, a lot of the things have been sitting for so long. And talk about money, I don't know if Disney is willing to spend that kind of money over here, especially after them spending $500 million on Guardians of the Galaxy over at Epcot. That's, again, yeah, that's how expensive that roller coaster was. That was a pretty penny. Those sorts of capital expenditures don't happen very often. They don't happen every single year. They usually skip a couple years just because, yeah, they don't want to be spending $500 million each time. Who knows how much Toontown is costing right now? And here in California, the only sort of hint that we have gotten as far as a Tomorrowland renovation here is just this very tiny piece of concept art that was released a few years ago now and has been sitting in the spot ever since. And as you can see, the work has not been complete. It's still not finished. They've kind of gotten the shape of the planters down, but as far as anything else, it's still put back on the shelf. Which leads me to believe that one of two things could be happening here. Either one, they're putting everything on hold until they make a formal announcement at D23 or a major event, then they'll start construction on this renovation, or they decided on Toontown instead and put this project on hold and are worrying about other expenditures elsewhere in the chain. Now remember, again, the Oriental Land Company has their own budgets and throws money into those parks themselves, so it doesn't really take away from any other projects happening here at Disneyland or Walt Disney World or Disneyland Paris or any other park around the world. That, again, they are in full control of that, but I think those are the two things that could be going on here. It's either they're waiting for an announcement, waiting for Toontown to be finished, or they just shelved this entirely because the company doesn't want to spend the money, because again, this is going to cost way more than Toontown. It's probably going to cost more than Avengers Campus. I mean, this is going to be a huge investment. And Disney has probably thought long and hard about what to put here. We have Space Mountain over here, which they're not going to touch. I feel like they're going to keep this forever because it's one of the most popular attractions here at Disneyland. They're probably going to keep the quick service. If not, they could just retheme it to something else or whatever. But this particular section is the big question mark. From the Innoventions building start all the way over here, all the way over to the Autopia and Submarine Voyage area, which is a massive, massive plot of land. You could probably stick 2 of the Tron roller coasters here easily. That's how big this spot is. So again, what are they gonna do? What is in the pipeline? I'm so curious, because the possibilities could be absolutely endless. I'm always excited for the future here at the parks and all over, not just at Disney. I'm excited for the future of all theme parks because so much continues to happen in such a short period of time. But lately here at Disney, things do take a little bit longer than usual. I mean, look what's happening at Tron. They announced that in 2017 and they're still working on it. It's still not open to the public. So if they do announce something here in Anaheim for a Tomorrowland renovation, it's gonna be a hot minute. And that's the only thing that scares me, is we probably won't see something very big over here for at least another 10 years at this rate. Yeah, what do you think? Do you think they're gonna finish Mickey's Toontown and then make an announcement on Tomorrowland? Or are they gonna just put this thing on the shelf and let Tokyo Disneyland take all of the glory when it comes to a brand new Tomorrowland? I don't know, I'm kind of like up in the air on it, because I honestly have no idea. Disneyland's being very secretive on new projects, and Disney in general is being secretive on new projects, and we don't really know what's going to be happening at D23. My personal feeling is I don't think a lot's going to be happening at D23, so just because of all the money they have been spending on all the new stuff that we have in the parks, like Avengers Campus, Guardians of the Galaxy, all the stuff in Paris and Tokyo happening, you know, even Hong Kong's gotten some new stuff, so yeah, I don't know. I have no idea, but go ahead and comment down below. Let me know what your thoughts are on this whole thing. Will Tomorrowland be receiving a renovation because now we have an idea of what that could look like because of Tokyo? Yeah, I want to know. Let's spark up some conversation down below in the comments. But you know what, that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and smash the thumbs up button. And if you're new to the channel and you love these videos from Disney and a bunch of other places, consider subscribing because I have new videos every single week. I'm very excited for the future and I cannot wait to see what happens here at Disneyland and of course at Walt Disney World. Maybe they'll renovate Walt Disney World's Tomorrowland because yeah, that Tomorrowland needs some work as well. But until the next video, I hope you have a beautiful day, morning, evening, whatever it is. And I'll see you next time in the parks. Bye.